Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking what is basically the hidden engine of the global enterprise, the simple three-digit SAP code. We are really zeroing in on the strategic power of movement. I mean, it's pretty wild to think about how just a few keystrokes on a screen can literally dictate the flow of millions of dollars of physical goods all around the globe, right? But before we get into the actual mechanics of those codes, let me just ask you this to kind of set the stage. In the intensely complex world of SAP ERP and S/4HANA, what actually drives true inventory accuracy, warehouse efficiency, and, well, financial transparency? Is it just throwing money at the latest barcode scanners, or maybe building fully automated robotic warehouses? Look, those things absolutely help, for sure. But the true driver of accuracy, that happens way deep down within the system architecture itself. And the answer to that question lies in SAP Movement Types. Basically, by definition, these movement types dictate the exact parameters of how your stock is moved, received, or adjusted, whether that's within or entirely outside your company. So whether you're dealing with a massive goods receipt when a huge shipment rolls in from a supplier, a transfer posting from one plant over to another, or honestly, just a routine stock adjustment, these codes are the foundational rules of the road for your entire operation. You can kind of think of them as the air traffic controllers of your warehouse. Now let's really dive into this paradigm shift. Traditionally, a lot of people just view these standard three-digit codes as a super dry technical necessity, right? Just a box to check. But when organizations wake up to their true potential, often by partnering with SAP experts like Rasta Infotech, these exact same codes transform into a massive strategic advantage. They literally become the levers you pull to optimize your whole business and really accelerate your digital transformation. So the absolutely crucial point here is that movement types aren't just physical tracking tools for your warehouse managers. Their purpose is incredibly multidimensional. A single movement type controls your physical inventory quantities, triggers updates to your valuation accounts, and executes your complex financial postings, all at the exact same time. It's like a chain reaction. When a warehouse worker scans a pallet, that three-digit code is instantly speaking to both the logistics team on the floor and the CFO's ledger in the boardroom. Let's break down how these core categories map directly to some pretty high-stakes business impacts. Take goods receipts, for example, like codes 101 or 105. They record your incoming stock, which drastically improves your supplier accountability. Then you have goods issues, like 261, which track outgoing stock to directly enhance your cost center control. And internal moves? Those rely on transfer postings, like 301, which really streamline your daily warehouse ops. Finally, you've got special stock codes, like 501. These manage consignment or project stock, which, let's be honest, is the true key to a flexible modern supply chain. Every single one of these numbers is tied to real, tangible business value. Let's zoom out for a second to really understand why this matters so deeply at the executive level. It basically boils down to three main pillars: clarity, context, and conversion. First up, clarity. These codes ensure every single material movement is logged with absolute precision. Next is context, and this one is huge because it connects your physical logistics directly with your financial systems for real-time visibility. You always know exactly what you have and what it's worth. And finally, conversion. Why? Because optimized movement type usage actively reduces human errors, accelerates your financial audits, and ultimately, it just boosts your ROI. Now, I probably don't need to tell you that achieving that perfect alignment across a massive global enterprise is incredibly complex. To unlock this level of optimization and really ensure these codes are working for you and not against you, leading enterprises often turn to specialized SAP consulting partners, folks like Rasta Infotech, who just understand the deep systemic impacts of these configurations better than anyone else. Partners like Rasta Infotech step in to turn those standard codes into absolute automated powerhouses. And they don't just hand you a manual and wish you luck, right? They deliver tailored customization for highly unique configurations. They handle the really complex integration stuff, linking these movement types seamlessly with platforms like SAP Extended Warehouse Management, SAP Ariba, and SAP Analytics Cloud. Plus, they bring automation front and center using intuitive Fiori apps and workflow automation. And they back the whole shebang up with dedicated support and 24/7 monitoring. But turning all this theory into actual execution means you've got to follow some core best practices. If you want to optimize, this is exactly where you start. First, standardize your codes across the company to avoid dangerous duplication and confusion. Second, leverage analytics tools like SAP BW/4HANA to run some really deep reporting on your movement types. Third, and I cannot stress this one enough, it's absolutely critical, train your users. Your warehouse staff needs to completely understand the financial weight of their keystrokes. And finally, audit regularly so you can proactively prevent compliance risks before they snowball into a huge problem. To prove just how impactful this hidden engine really is in practice, let's look at a concrete example. We've got a real-world case study here of a large manufacturing enterprise that recently undertook a massive, highly complex migration from legacy SAP ECC over to the modern SAP S/4HANA architecture. And they did all of this in close partnership with Rasta Infotech. The results they achieved simply by dialing in this one specific area were honestly absolutely incredible. By optimizing their movement types during the migration, this enterprise unlocked an astonishing 40% reduction in operational costs. I mean, wow. That kind of savings is truly transformational, and it just proves that getting your foundational data structures right pays off exponentially. And the benefits extended way beyond just cutting costs, too. They also achieved 60% faster report generation, alongside real-time inventory visibility across 12 different widespread manufacturing plants. Think about that for a second. When your decision makers have that kind of speed and visibility, the entire company just moves faster and operates so much more confidently. Ultimately, as we've seen, these aren't just dry technical inputs. They really are the DNA of your SAP inventory management. Literally everything grows from them. When they're optimized properly, they protect your bottom line and they drastically accelerate your operations. So the systems are in place, the codes are ready. The question is, how will you harness the strategic power of movement to drive your own business forward?